angry guy here, and men are being erased from society as it collapses without them. So men are being erased from society as it collapses without them. I mean, wow. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the article. Only one 2023 movie with a budget over 200 million has made a profit so far. And as we can see here, that would be Guardians of the Galaxy. All these other high budget films outside of the Barbie movie have failed to actually garner a profit this year, which is absolutely insane. With animated tale Wish and Amazon's historical epic Napoleon both opening last week on November 22nd, we now have 13 releases in 2023 that cost $200 million or more. When Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom arrives next month, that number will hit 14. And it isn't just the budget that they have in common. Nearly every one of these films will struggle to turn a profit. Of all 14 titles, 7 are from Disney. This is unbelievable. 9 are sequels or remakes, and 5 are MCU or DC comics. The notion that a film has to be expensive to compete in the marketplace is hardly new. But 2023, aided by inflation and post-2020 delays, has taken this to new extremes. Of this current listing, just one has turned a profit so far. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a movie all about dudes, a bunch of bros, 2 chicks, and a love story in between. That is Guardians of the Galaxy, which, by the way, is now over. Spoiler alert, they're no longer together. And maybe there will be another group of people, but they're gone. And if they do, have another group of Guardians, it will heavily be skewed towards women because we are now in the MGTOW. As we can see with the Marvels movie, it was an absolute flop. Feminists were literally saying that they love movies about strong, independent women, and they won't tell you how to spend your money, but don't see this movie. This was an actual review from a feminist who said she loves movies about strong, independent women, and she cannot tell you how to spend your money, but don't see this movie. That sums it up right there. She walked out of the theater, absolutely flabbergasted and furious that she had just lost all that time, those precious hours of her life, and all of that money to go and see this thing. And it doesn't just stop there. I mean, the Hulk has been replaced with the She-Hulk, and she knows what it's like to be angry all the time because of how she's treated in society, versus the Hulk, who lost Natasha, his love interest, became disabled when his arm was damaged as a result of using the Infinity Gauntlet to help save the world and bring back humanity, as well as let me correct myself, not just humanity, but also the half of the entire universe. Holy cow. And that's just on top of so many other things, including after he also lost his best friends for 7 years. MCU. Then there's the fact that Iron Man is now gone, but it's all good because he's being replaced by Riri. Oh, and Hawkeye, he's not completely gone, but he's also being replaced by another character, Kate Bishop, who's now sharing the role of Hawkeye. And when you consider that their actor in real life was in a accident of sorts, he very well may no longer return to the role. He physically may not be able to do it. So it's definitely going to be all Kate Bishop. Natasha has been replaced by her sister, who is a terrible replacement. Okay? Basically, all the boys are gone. When it comes to Black Panther, oh, sorry about that. Chadwick's no longer here. But hey, we now have a incredible female, female Black Panther that has taken over. Just to let you know that in the comics, one of the Marvels, I think it was Captain Marvel, was it Captain Marvel? One of the Marvels was actually a guy, but then they gender swapped that. I mean, guys, how much worse does it actually have to get? In the only film that Disney is holding Disney together right now, ironically, is Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine. That's the only movie right now that will potentially generate a profit for Disney over the next 2 years. This is insanity. Absolutely insanity. Okay? And it doesn't just end there, guys. I've talked about other articles, For example, I discussed construction. I discussed the construction industry, and I showed you guys an article where basically it revealed that men are walking away from blue collar work. We have the highest level of open positions ever recorded in construction. They wrote this article, and in the article they don't use the word man or men from what I've seen even one time. They just refer to it as people and workers, except they do point out that they're trying to attract more women, and they're so desperate they're even going to the high schools and the middle schools to try to get young people engaged in construction and bringing them out to construction sites. They're bringing children to construction sites to basically try to program into them that they should go into construction that has the second highest deletion rate of any other job in the US. That's ridiculous, but that's how desperate they are. And of course, they don't use the word men, they don't use the word boys, but they do talk about girls and how they're trying to get more girls in the field of construction, which is very intriguing because it's extremely labor intensive, and it's a job that they've pointed out where people are constantly leaving the field early because their bodies are worn out so quickly. So in this labor intensive job, they're going to replace these people with women, right? Women are going to go into this very dangerous field that's extremely labor intensive when they can go and get a lazy girl job, right? Come on. They're basically, all they're doing here is they are erasing men from society as it collapses without them. All right? And they don't want to, if you ask a woman today in Western society, what are men good for? Does society need men? Almost every woman will tell you, nope, society doesn't need them. Society does not need them. This is the attitude right now. And if you want to know what men are doing, it's not just construction, it's various other fields, right? Millions of men have dropped out of the workforce, leaving companies struggling to fill jobs. It's a matter of our national identity. Leisure time. How are non-working men between 25 and 54 spending their time? On average, nearly 7 hours each weekday are dedicated to leisure time, relaxing, playing video games, and watching TV, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay? That's how these men are spending their time. Okay? And just to point this out, today, 7.2 million men have essentially dropped out of the workforce. And these are men between 25 and 54 years old. Okay? They are not working or even looking for work, resulting in a major hole in the American economy. And as Western society continues to work rapidly to erase men from society, right? It's collapsing around them, and of course it's not going to change because men are so devalued. And what are men doing? Men are picking up, walking away, and they're going where they are appreciated. That's the reality of things, guys. That's the reality of things. That's the saying. Go where you're appreciated. Go where you are celebrated. To request a topic for a video, see the description below. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me via angrymgtow@gmail.com. Guys, I want to know your thoughts regarding this phenomenon in the comments. So let's talk about it there. Men are being erased from society as it collapses without them. Let's discuss that further there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.